What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia. Today I have my empties for the first part of October from Scentsy to share with you in the hopes that might help you decide if something will work for you or not based on how it worked for me. So what we'll do is we'll work on currently available bars, then retired bars, bring back my bars, and non-wax empties. And there's a question at the end, and the very last item I'm going to show you is involving the question. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you is scent of the month for this month. It is Pumpkin Cashmere. I have 2 bars that I finished. I did make samples with some. The notes are warm cinnamon, pumpkin, cashmere, woods. This is kind of forgettable scent to me. It's just a very muted pumpkin with some vanilla. It's kind of a little bit boring to me. There's a little bit of spice that comes out as you're warming it, but it wasn't a standout. Performance was maybe below average for me as well, so I'm not going to be repurchasing it anymore. That one I found a little boring, and hopefully that doesn't offend anyone who likes it. For me, it just wasn't a scent that I would gravitate towards. I have from the holiday collection Cranberry Candy Cane. This one has notes of fresh cranberries, pomegranate, and peppermint. And this was nice. I like cranberry the way it's done here. It's kind of like a basic juvenile flat type of cranberry, somewhat sweet, and mixed with the peppermint rush type of peppermint. So I enjoyed that. It was about a medium performer from my recollection. Actually, the day I warmed it here in my bedroom, I forgot to mention during my Tester Tuesday, sorry the light's going in and out, I had put the oven on self-clean, and the main part of the house was so smoky, and you know what happens. But my bedroom was so nice and fresh, so I kept coming up here and enjoying that. It was nice. I have a bestseller. It is Cider Mill. This one is a fall and winter scent. It's fresh apples, crushed pumpkin, and simmering spices. And this one I do get a lot of compliments on. Like if somebody comes over and you're warming this, they usually say, "What's warming? It smells so good." It's this. It's very like it's nice and dense, so it's easy to smell. I warmed this in my open area. I've actually got a couple testers going in Ryan's room. So it's doing really well. Not a scent I would normally warm in Ryan's room. I just wanted to finish up a couple testers, but nice for the main area. I tend to warm seasonal scents in my main area, and then I branch off and do whatever I want in the bedrooms. That's my approach. So I have Disney Frightfully Delightful. Now I did warm this in my bedroom because I wanted to get a better feel, and I remember when I warmed it this time, it didn't seem to perform as well as the last time I warmed it, so I only had 2 cubes left though. So this one has notes of golden pumpkin, harvest peach, whipped vanilla, and brown sugar. And I remember last time it was really sweet when I first warmed it, and then it became really pleasant and I loved it. This time it was just harder to smell overall, so I'm thinking maybe it just wasn't a spot, my bedroom wasn't a spot for this. And the clamshell does stain orange, and I used this for a day that said melt a fall colored wax. All right, I have another bestseller, Winterberry Apple Tea, and this is very old. This is from 2019. It is the flat bottoms, and it doesn't even have the emblem on the front, so that's how you know it's quite old. This is Winter Tea, Cranberry, Apple, and Honey, and this is a really pleasant scent. It is a nice dense scent as well, and it is good for filling a room. I usually have no problem smelling this. I could warm this anywhere in my home. I probably wouldn't put it in the bathroom, but anywhere else I would put it, and I would enjoy it, even in the open area. In the open area, you could mix a little bakery with it if you wanted to bakery it up a little bit. I have from the Harvest Collection, White Pumpkin and Driftwood. This one here has notes of white pumpkin, driftwood, white cardamom, and warm solar amber. And this one didn't perform as well as the first time I warmed it. I had 2 cubes left, I think. I put it in the kids' bathroom. And perhaps that's just because I don't go in there a lot, and they were mini warmers. But I think it seemed to do better in full-size warmers. I really enjoyed the complexity in a full-size warmer. So if I think I have 3 bars, and if I warm them in the future, I will make sure I put them in a nice hot warmer. From the Pink Awareness Collection, which is the Breast Cancer Awareness Collection, this is I Pink I Can, and this was featured in Tester Tuesday, so I won't go too much into depth here, but it's coconut water, tropical stone fruit, and hibiscus nectar. It's basically another fruity, tropical floral type scent from Scentsy. About a medium intensity, medium on scent appeal. Nothing that stood out, but I did enjoy the bar, and I warmed this. Where the heck did I warm it? I can't even remember. Bedrooms, I think. Bedrooms. I have warming Crayon Apple Crumble. This one is Baked crayon apple, brown sugar, and whipped cream. I do really enjoy this scent. Some people don't like it. It does, I think someone planted it in my head that it's like a variation of caramel apple craze, and it is, but it's lighter and with a cranberry tone. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have that as much caramel influence, but it is along that line. So I do enjoy that one. I have 2 more, I know for sure, and I would repurchase that. All right, now before we move on to retired items, I have some testers. I finished up 3 pumpkin roll testers. The notes for pumpkin roll are creamy pumpkin pie filling, yellow cake, pecans, butter, and spices. And I love this scent. I just wish it was a touch stronger. So definite repurchase for me for that. I wanted to work a lot on testers this month as part of my wax melting challenge. And so you'll see some testers here, but this is quite a few testers. I love the way I arranged them. This is Maple Apple Bourbon, and I warmed this on a day it said, melt a scent that makes you think of a YouTuber. And I wanted to give tribute to Linda H because she has decided to take a break from videos. Hopefully she'll return, but she's kind of focusing on her home life and maybe putting a little bit of Scentsy stuff on Instagram, so make sure you go check her out. But this scent makes me think of her, and I just love watching her videos. I hope to see her back someday. So that one has notes of juicy red apple, rich maple, splash of bourbon. It is a lingerer. I had it started, I went to work and my husband was home that day, so I started it. And when I came home at 6, I could smell it no problem in the big area, no problem. I think I left this going 2 to 3 days, and that is unheard of. So if you want a strong scent that is a lingerer and long lasting, then pick up Maple Apple Bourbon. All right, so let's get into the retired items. I have a big item here, and I've been trying to work on my bricks, as you may know. And this is a brick in Snow-Kissed Cranberry, and I love this so much. Speaking of Linda H, if I had a, what does she call it, a fave and a fail, this would probably be a fave. It's frozen pink cranberries, white balsam, and sugared woods. And this is a beautiful bedroom scent, medium to small space scent. It is like a glistening cranberry with the gentle touch of like just the perfect amount of sweetness, and it almost feels like it's airy and beautiful all at the same time. This is a special scent for me. Yeah, I think I have 1 brick left, and then that is it. And I know my friend Patricia likes this, so hopefully someday we'll see that back, maybe in a Scents of the Season collection. Let's do some testers actually, since I have them here. I have Orchard Apple and Spice. I have 1 tester. I melted this on a day it said melt a fall apple scent. So this one has notes of ripe orchard apple, bright cherry, and warm spice. And this is a good one. I warmed this in Ryan's room, just 1 tester all by itself, and it did really well. So I was pleased with that. Definitely would repurchase, but it has retired, unfortunately. Just the other day, I warmed Fairy Tale Pumpkin. I warmed this on the day it said Friday the 13th, melt a scent you've had bad luck with, or a scent that starts with F. So this kind of fits both. The notes on Fairy Tale Pumpkin are Harvest Pumpkin, which I don't get, Midnight Black Raspberry, and Black Licorice. This to me smells like a blueberry candy with a little bit of spice in the back, but a candy-like spice. And that's probably the Black Licorice. So it's just not one that I care for. I have Belle Enchanted Rose, 1 tester. I mixed this with pink tulips. So the notes on this are rose petals, passion fruit, and sandalwood. And boy, oh boy, does that rose petal really come out. It is so strong. It reminds me of the same rose that you get in Pineapple Rose. So if you like Pineapple Rose, you may want to try Belle Enchanted Rose if you ever see that one come back. Very strong, about a medium duration. I finished in my daughter's room at Graham Cracker Crunch. She went away to Toronto, so I warmed this in her room because I knew she wouldn't like it. I needed to warm something with a bread, marshmallow, or peanut butter note, and I picked this because it has a peanut butter note. It's caramelized graham crackers, crunchy peanut butter, and creamy vanilla bean. Yeah, this was nice. I like this. I wish it wasn't gone, but I think what happens is sometimes the general public is scared of notes like peanut butter. So even though the Scentsy consultant community may like it, or the YouTube community may like it, you know, Linda down the street or Susan, you know, across the road from you may not want to branch out and try something like that. But I think it's probably an important lesson to get scents under people's noses, let them smell the tester so they can see for themselves, oh, this is actually a really nice scent. I have Grandma's Orchard. I had a tester cup from a whiff box, and I had a few testers to use up. The notes on this are fresh applewood and Anjou pear, and I warmed this on a day it said melt a pear scent. And I'm not sure about this. This reminded me of something like, I think like Autumn Hearth mixed with like Scarlet Woods. And Scarlet Woods always kind of read Close your ears if you love a scarlet wood. But scarlet woods always had a note to me that reminded me of like dried up blood. I know that sounds terrible, but yeah, and something about it, I'm getting that note in here. I don't remember ever getting that note before, but I do have a bar of this, so I'll have to work my way through it, but that's okay. Hopefully, maybe the bar will miraculously smell better. Maybe this Grandma Orchard test cup is probably about 2 to 3 years old, so maybe it just developed a little too much. All right, I have pumpkin chai, 3 testers of that. So 3 testers would be maybe around 2.5 cubes worth. So I put this all in one warmer, and it was in my entranceway. It says white pumpkin, cinnamon, and chai. It was a full-size warmer. I don't care for, I used to love cozy chai, and I used to love, well, not love, but it's a kind of along the same lines as pumpkin chai, but there's something about it that reminds me of like cornbread, or like sometimes people say Fritos. I'm getting that with that scent, and that's my only thing that I don't like. It is a good performer though. It seems to be fairly long lasting. Quite heavy on the cinnamon though, so if you don't like cinnamon, just keep that in mind. I have Harvest Blessings. I enjoyed this more than I typically do. I put this in my entranceway as well. Harvest Blessing is retired. It recently retired, did a return. Apple, Spice Pumpkin, and Smooth Oak. And I tend to not like oak scents, but this one did okay, so I was pleased with it. It reminds me of an old school Yankee candle. I'm not sure if it's Harvest or what it is, but something I've smelled before, and I don't have access to a Yankee to kind of like cross-reference, so I'm just relying on old dusty memories. All right, so for bars, let's dig into the bars. I have finished up 2 Peppermint Dreams. I think I finally finished my 2018 Peppermint Dreams. I think I have 3 from 2019. I'm just working my way in order as best I can. So the notes on this are chocolate, cupcake, and fresh mint. Now the fresh mint on the first day, the fresh mint with the peppermint, it comes across a little bit musty to me. That's the only thing I don't like. And someone mentioned that in one of my videos the other day about a certain peppermint scent. But after that goes away, I love this so much. So it's kind of one of those weird scents that you got to be patient, wait it out. I warm that everywhere in my home. I can warm it in my main area, bedrooms. Erica loves it. I like it, but I tend to, vanish a little bit early on and then I return. So I like that one. I'm getting tired of it though. I bought too much. So take home message, don't buy too much because then you might get tired of something. I have Pineapple Rose. This was a scent of the month for probably January because it was picked up in December. The notes on this, Golden Pineapple, Meyer Lemon, and Blush Rose. And I just mentioned that it would have mixed well with Belle Enchanted Rose. Whoa. This is so strong. I definitely smell the lemon and the rose. Maybe less pineapple, but my husband likes this a lot. Oh, the light's coming. I might just have to pause the video just a sec. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, my husband really likes this one. I finished it off in our upstairs TV room. It's very strong. I actually put 2 cubes in each warmer. There's 2 warmers there. And I only turned one on by accident. And I remember thinking it's not as strong as normal, but it was still pretty strong. But if I had done it normally, it would have been really, really strong. So I have a really nice scent that is not very strong, but I did enjoy it nonetheless. It is Orange Clove Pomander. The notes on this, I think this was from 2017. Yes, I think this is my oldest wax bar, so I'm all out of 2017s now, except for bricks. I have a few of those. Ginger, clove, and vanilla. This is so nice, plus obviously orange. If you like the scent Cozy Spice, this reminds me a little bit of that. Not the same, but close enough that if you ever see this pop up anywhere, maybe pick it up and give it a try. I do prefer Cozy Spice. All right, this one I did not care for. It is from the International Wax Collection, which I do love because it brought me Pacific Sandalwood, and I do like Lucky Starfruit. But this one is Salted Lavender. This one I don't care for because lavender is very hit or miss for me. It's probably one of those death notes that, as soon as you see it, you're like, oh no. And it's in a lot of things. Sometimes you don't know it's in things, but there's so many different types. And this one has English lavender, which comes across kind of fresh soapy to me. Ocean Minerals and Timberwood. Maybe it's the Ocean Minerals that's making it fresh as well, but this one didn't last very long, which I was fine with, and I warmed some of it in the garage, actually. I warmed it twice in the garage, and I think once in the kids' bathroom. All right, now let's move on to bring back my bars. I have 2 pink tulips from 2019. I have 1 pink tulips left. This is in the pinstripe packaging, flat bottoms, crisp apple juicy raspberries, night blooming jasmine, and they imply in the scent notes that it is tulips as well. This is very pretty. It's a girly, perfumey scent along the lines of Plum and White Woods, Shimmer. Those kind of scents that are more perfumey, pretty. than they are floral to me. So I really enjoyed that. The bars were starting to go like discolored a little bit, and so I'm just a little worried. I'm going to work through the other one soon. I have a bar of sugar, which is in my club. This is lemon drops and cotton candy, and it's very reminiscent of a perfumed version of those things like Aquilina's pink sugar, and this mixes very well with so many things you'd be surprised. Especially creamy vanilla scents. This mixes really well with around the campfire. If you're not sure what to mix with something, sometimes a vanilla is good, but sometimes grabbing sugar will work really well. So I love that. I warmed a lot of that in Erica's room this past month. I have a bar of Coffee Tree, and this is a flat bottom, and I wanted to use it up. I don't have any more Coffee Tree. This one I used to really like when it first came out, probably because I didn't have a lot of exposure to coffee, and then I started smelling other coffees, and I definitely realized this is not one for me. So the notes are fresh roasted coffee beans, and there is a note in here that reminds me of like sandalwood. Like edible notes, and then a non-edible note that's thrown in there that really screws up with my nose. So that non-edible note, whatever it is what I don't like. And it reminds me of a candle I burned once from Bath and Body Works, and I cannot remember it. It's not Paris Cafe, but it had, there was like a cannoli in that line, and then there was like this weird coffee, like almost like floral in that line. If you know the candle I'm thinking of, put it down below and I will be like, yes. If I heard the name, I would know it. All right, last bar is Casting Spells. This is a love it or hate it type of scent. I'm probably in the, I don't like this very much. I don't think I hate it. It's not the worst scent, but it is apple drizzle, roasted pears, and cinnamon bark. So at the beginning, you get kind of like a caramelly apple with a little twist. Now, as it warms, what I smell is cold craft dinner. And I said that before when I warmed it, and I got it again. It smells like cold craft dinner. Not really what I want my house to smell like. So, all right, let's go through the non-wax empties. I finished one light bulb, a clear, and one in purple. I'm working on those. I'm trying to be a good girl and, you know, fill up all my warmers with bulbs. I have an all-purpose cleaner concentrate that I finished in aloe water and cucumber, and I actually received another one of these in the mystery cleaning bundle that they had out, so I'm happy about that. But man, I've been cleaning like a crazy lady, and so I finished that. And I also finished the same in a bathroom cleaner. So this was in the kids' bathroom, and I finished that off. So right now I think I'm using a non-Scentsy product there. I'm just trying to clear stuff out. Like I want my garbage and my recycles to keep going out of the house. I have a dish soap in Blue Grotto. It's funny, my husband washed a bunch of dishes one night, and I think it's because it was Blue Grotto. He loves Blue Grotto. So this has like, does it say no? But it's lush botanicals, sweet citrus. It's like the volcano candle, Blue Volcano from, I don't know what it's called. I screw that up every time. That's okay. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, the light went down again. It's like the vampire video, right? Can only film when the light is in the perfect spot. I finished up some pods in Just Breathe. I love these ones. I finished these up. I started them in Drew's room, and then I finished them in smaller spaces, and that's the way I like to use my pods because I feel like I get the most out of them. I think I threw 2 out and forgot to save them. In my husband's truck, we had a My Hero, which is really nice. This was really nice. I love this in wax more so than the scent circle, but this was a good performing scent circle for me. For him, I should say. I used his truck quite a bit in the summer, and it was lingering in there so I said, we got to change this. I finished up a Fluffy Fleece dryer disc. So I actually opened them up. They're in the dryer right now. This is a really nice scent. Right now I've got a mismatch. Is it mix mash or mismatch? Anyway, I've got a bunch of different items. I've got Fluffy Fleece dryer discs, and I opened up aloe water and cucumber washing liquid, and I'm using white amber and teak washer whiffs. And I don't know if I like them. They're okay. I go back and forth, but I don't think I'll repurchase them. My husband's favorite item, I'll just pause and see if you know it. I'll give you a hint. It's a bath product. We no longer have it. It is pineapple coconut vanilla. And Miss Kelly Mac's husband really likes this as well. And this is, I think we're down to one. He has one more of this fragrance. This is his favorite Scentsy soak. He loves the Scentsy soaks. So this is coconut, pineapple, and blue fig. And this is one of the only ones. There's not a lot, but some of them suds up a little bit, and this one suds up. All right, and this would be my absolute fave for the month. And I'm super sad it's gone. It's something you can no longer get. And it is the fragrance roller in sugar. Now there's a tiny bit left in there, but I'm going to put it in my purse just because sometimes you kind of want a little, you just roll it on and then you smell beautiful. And I remember I was in the grocery store one day and I was walking down the grocery store and then there was a lady and we were both kind of looking in the same area, and then she kind of doubled back and she goes, "Excuse me, I know this is going to sound so weird, but I need to know what scent you're wearing." And I said, "Oh, I'm not warming any scent." And she's like, "Oh, okay, well, you just smell really good." I said, "Okay, thank you." And then later I realized I was wearing this. I thought because a lot of times when you're a Scentsy consultant or you're immersed in scent, your clothes smell like your wax melts. And people will say like, "Oh, you smell really good." And I'm like, "Oh, what do I smell like?" And they're like, "Cinnamon," or whatever. But yeah, I had this on that day and I didn't realize. But I'm glad I didn't realize, because then I would have said like, "Oh, you can't get it anymore." So that leads me into the question of the 2 weeks. What Scentsy product are you really missing that's no longer made? Put it down below. I really miss the sugar fragrance roller, so I wish I could get that back. I wish I could get the body line and all the sugar products back, but anyway, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you found the video helpful. If you like these kind of videos, you can hit the subscribe and the bell. You'll be notified when I post future content. There's lots of things coming out on Monday. We have the bricks. I think we have the Scentsy Buddy. We have the, gosh, I can't even remember, early access for Christmas holiday, Christmas cottage holiday Scentspirations, you know, that set. Lots of stuff, and the bricks are exciting because everybody loves to get bricks. And it's just a great time. It's an exciting time. Lots of stuff. I'll try to put a post on Instagram of all the stuff that's happening in the next little bit. Also, we have a really great join special for those of you that are considering joining. If you have not heard, you get the warmer of the month for November, which is a very expensive warmer. It's like a retro Christmas tree. And you actually also get the holiday 5-pack as part of your join kit. So anyway, really, really good. Thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. Hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.